AI skills now carry a reported wage premium of 62%. That number sounds like a shortcut to a bigger paycheck. Learn a few prompts, add AI to your resume, and walk into a better job. But that is not what the data proves. PwC compared more than 1 billion job advertisements across 27 countries and found that jobs requiring specific AI skills paid more on average. The premium is an association across different roles, industries, and levels of experience, not a promise that one online course raises your salary by 62%. The useful question is this: what combination of skills makes a person more valuable when AI can already produce drafts, summaries, images, and code? The answer is not one magic tool. It is a 5-part skill stack, and the 5th part is where many beginners are accidentally making themselves less employable. The 2026 PwC Jobs Barometer describes a 2-track labor market. In one track, AI makes a task easier for almost anyone. That can reduce the value of simply producing the first draft. In the other, AI amplifies an expert who can frame the problem, inspect the output, make a decision, and accept responsibility. PwC calls those professionalized roles and reports that they are growing faster and seeing stronger wage growth. Entry-level work is changing too. In its United States sample, AI-exposed entry-level roles were 7 times more likely to request skills traditionally associated with senior workers, including judgment and leadership. That is uncomfortable because routine work used to be how beginners learned. It also reveals the opportunity. Companies are not only buying output, they are paying for reliable outcomes. This is why building your entire career around the title prompt engineer is risky. Prompting is useful, but interfaces change, models improve, and instructions that once required a complicated template become ordinary product features. A person who only knows how to ask for an answer competes with every user of the same tool. A person who can redesign a workflow, evaluate the evidence, and connect the result to a business objective is harder to replace. The World Economic Forum expects AI and big data to be the fastest-growing skill area through 2030, but it also keeps analytical thinking, creative thinking, resilience, leadership, and collaboration near the center of the skills picture. The pattern is technical fluency plus human judgment, not technical fluency instead of judgment.
Skill 1 is workflow design.
Do not begin with, which AI tool should I learn? Begin with, where does useful work actually move? Imagine a marketing coordinator preparing a campaign. The valuable workflow is not type 1 prompt and copy the answer. It is collect approved source material, define the audience, generate options, test claims, route risky language for approval, publish, and measure the result. The AI may accelerate 4 of those steps. The worker still decides the sequence, the boundaries, and the definition of done. Practice by choosing one recurring task from your current work. Draw every step, mark where judgment is required, and automate only the low-risk pieces. Your portfolio should show the before and after process, not just a beautiful final paragraph. Skill 2 is evaluation. Generating content is cheap. Knowing whether it is correct, useful, and safe is expensive. Build a simple evaluation rubric with 4 questions. Is the factual claim supported? Did the output follow the constraints? Would a real customer or colleague understand it? What could go wrong if we act on it? Then test 2 or 3 models against the same task and document the failure modes. This turns AI use into evidence rather than enthusiasm. It also protects you from a common resume mistake, saying you improved productivity without measuring anything. Instead, show that a process took 90 minutes before, 45 minutes after, and still passed a defined quality check. A credible metric beats a long list of tool logos. Skill 3 is domain judgment. AI is most valuable when it is paired with knowledge of a real customer, industry, or operating constraint. A generic model can draft a client email. An experienced account manager knows when the message will damage trust. A model can summarize a contract. A qualified professional knows which clause changes the risk. OpenAI's 2026 Jobs Transition Framework makes a similar distinction. Technical capability does not automatically remove the human role when customers need accountability, institutions require responsibility, or the work depends on unusual cases and relationships. Choose a domain you already understand: sales, healthcare administration, education, logistics, design, finance operations, and learn where AI fails inside that domain. Your edge is not knowing everything.
It is knowing what must be checked.
Skill 4 is communication and change leadership. A successful AI workflow affects people who may not trust it, understand it, or want their process changed. Someone has to interview users, translate the problem, explain the limitations, collect feedback, and make adoption feel safe. The World Economic Forum reports that leadership, collaboration, resilience, and creative thinking remain critical even as AI and big data skills rise. PwC's entry-level analysis points in the same direction. Judgment and leadership are appearing earlier in career requirements. Practice this by presenting one AI-assisted recommendation in plain language. State the evidence, the uncertainty, the decision, and who owns the next step. If you cannot explain the workflow without naming the model, you probably do not understand the business value yet. Skill 5 is responsible execution, and this is the separator. The more an AI system can access files, messages, customer data, or money, the more valuable it becomes, and the more damage a careless setup can create. Employers need people who understand permissions, privacy, source verification, human approval, and audit trails. Responsible AI does not mean writing a vague disclaimer at the bottom of a document. It means designing the workflow so a model cannot quietly exceed its authority. Use the minimum data necessary. Separate drafts from actions. Require approval before sending, publishing, purchasing, or changing an account. Record sources and corrections. A worker who can make AI useful without creating a new legal, security, or reputational problem is not just an AI user. That person is operationally valuable. Here is a beginner-friendly 30-day plan. In Week 1, choose one domain and map one recurring workflow. In Week 2, compare two AI tools on the same task and build a quality rubric. In Week 3, produce a small case study with inputs, process, approval points, time saved, and remaining risks. In Week 4, show the case study to 3 people who actually perform or manage that work. Ask what would prevent them from using it. Then improve the workflow based on their objections. Do not buy 5 certificates before you have built one defensible example. Do not claim revenue or efficiency you did not measure. The goal is a portfolio artifact that proves you can combine AI literacy, judgment, communication, and safe execution in a real context. The 62% figure is attention-grabbing, but the deeper message is more useful. AI does not reward everyone who opens a chatbot equally. It rewards people who can turn uncertain model output into a reliable result. Build the stack. Workflow design, evaluation, domain judgment, communication, and responsible execution. Then attach those skills to a real problem someone already pays to solve. That is a stronger career strategy than chasing every new model release. Which part of the stack are you building first? Comment with a number from 1 to 5. If you want tested, no-code AI workflows without the hype, subscribe to No Tech AI Lab. The next video will turn one of these skills into a complete portfolio project you can build from scratch.